Hey guys, welcome to Workshop Wednesdays. Today this one's going to be a little bit different. Not actually working on anything in particular, but I want to do a tool review of a tool that I got recently, fairly recently, a little while ago, and it's been amazing. It has done an amazing job. So let's go ahead and get started with it. This is the Wen, I believe is how it's pronounced. Wen Belt Sander. It's the 4 by 36 inch, and it has been just amazing. It comes with an 80 grit belt and an 80 grit wheel. I've pretty much already used it up, so like the wheel's super smooth at this point, and then the belt's pretty bad off at this point too. However, it has still been working for me, and hold up, you know, physical wise, it's been great. So let me go over a couple things. Now I got this on Amazon, and the reason I did was because I had an Amazon gift card and I was looking for a belt sander, and compared to the Harbor Freight one, which I know Harbor Freight gets some bad reviews, some bad rep, but I usually have no problem with Harbor Freight tools, especially because they're cheap and they fit my budget. So basically there's a belt sander the same size at Harbor Freight, but it doesn't have the heavy duty construction. So you see right here, it's got the solid base to it. That was a major player in my research on doing this. And I'll be completely honest with you, the reason I got this one, even though it was slightly more expensive than the Harbor Freight one, was because I had the gift card on Amazon and I really didn't have to pay as much. The one at Harbor Freight, I believe, is usually around $70, $69 or $59. I can't remember. This one was about $85 when it was all said and done. So again, it is a little bit more expensive, but it does all the same stuff that the Harbor Freight one does. I believe they're even the same strength of the same horsepower motor in it. So let me show you a couple things. All right, so one thing I use this for a lot is to sharpen my lathe tools. Now I know this is not the best way to sharpen your tools. You should have the Wolverine system, the super expensive craziness, but this works. It also is a reason that my belt is almost completely gone, because this will destroy your 80 grit belt in little time at all. So basically all I do is I do it manually. You know, I don't have anything to do the angles, so I just kind of eyeball it. So I'll show you here. That's about it. So the thing is, I get the cheap tools, you know. So when it comes to the, you know, sharpening them like this, and sharpening, yeah, I got to do it often, but you know, it works. It really does. It works really good. After I sharpen these, it tends to cut through the wood just like butter. So now, you know, obviously when you got a gouge like this, it's a little bit harder, but you just gotta eyeball it and rotate it around as you're doing it. So the other thing is I can always see where it actually cut, because obviously there's going to be dirt and whatever on it, so it takes all that off. But it works fantastic, phenomenal. But it's got a couple extra things to it. So for instance, you got your stand here in case you wanna do something. I don't know, like that's pretty big. That's really ridiculous. I don't know why I would demonstrate that. Anyway, if you got a piece you want to put on the wheel, you got your stand so you can do 90 degrees, but you can also do angles. So really, doing the tools like this might actually be better if this wheel wasn't you know, completely smooth at this point. So now you also have this section that actually tips up. So first of all, you gotta, the only complaint I have with this is that it's everything uses the hex screw, so it's kind of a pain to get things going, get things working, moving around and whatnot. Anyway, obviously you would take this off when you do this, but it tilts up like this. And with it up like that, you would tighten it down. You can take the plate off of here and you can put it over here and you can do your angles and everything here. In fact, that's a lot of times how I actually sharpen the tools. I was just showing you quick earlier, but you put it up there, you have the right angle, and then you can just kind of rotate around. You can actually see it better. Obviously it works for other things too, but anyway, so this was one of the cheap brands. I actually have never owned a Wen tool you know, ever, and before I bought this, and I'll tell you right now that I am extremely happy with the quality and the use of this tool. So I will definitely be looking at more of their tools, and probably getting some more in the not so near future. Anyway, that's about it. That kind of wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys saw at least a little bit about the sander, and I hope this helps. I know that when I go to buy a new tool, I look up the YouTube videos of it and the reviews and everything, and I want to make sure that the product I'm getting is going to be a good product. I did look up reviews on this, so there's a bunch more out there. I don't know if I have seen any negative reviews on it at all, and my review obviously is not in the least negative. If you do want to talk about negatives, I will say that maybe the motor might be a little bit underpowered, because sometimes when I put something on the belt, if you put too much pressure, I think that's more user error than anything, but if you put too much pressure, it will start to really slow down and drag. So again, I think that's more user error than anything, but it's great. It works for me, and I will be getting a new belt soon, and definitely be looking more into the Wen products, and I will show you them as I get them. So again, hope you guys liked it. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, concerns, if you have a Wen product yourself, or if you have this sander and you have, you know, any comments about it. Let me know. I'd like to hear. All right, thanks a lot, guys.